All right, so let's talk about Wuthering Heights. I'm really behind on some movies. Essentially, what happened was when I meant to go see both of these movies, uh, Crime 101 and this movie, which I'll have reviews for. Um, Crime 101, I ended up just feeling off, so I didn't end up going. And then I moved the date I was gonna go see that to the same date I was gonna go see Wuthering Heights. So what happened was I caught the fucking flu, and so I couldn't go for like 3 days. And then I just ended up being late to these movies by week. So I'm sorry that these reviews are kind of late, but here they are. Wuthering Heights is a movie that, unlike a lot of people, I was not excited about this movie because I don't know. I like Margot Robbie. I was just like, okay, I'll check this out. Let's just. I didn't really have any strong feelings on it. I didn't really read the book. Apparently, who have read the book have told me this movie is nothing like the book, so it don't really matter. But I do want to read the book because it's a classic novel. But you know, I did like the director's film, uh, previous film, uh, Promising Young Women. I thought that was good. I did not get Saltburn like at all. It just was not for me. So I just kind of didn't, and I didn't even realize it was the same person that directed those movies until after this movie came out. So I was just kind of like, oh, this is a movie. Honestly, if I had known that, I might have not directed, but shot a review for Promising Young Women and thrown that up before this movie came out. You know, made some extra content there. But I'm kind of glad I didn't because, again, I was late to reviewing this. I, this movie is kind of a mess of a movie where I liked some of the aspects it was going for. It's an engaging movie. I will say this movie never bored me. I was kind of worried it would because I saw Hamnet, and Hamnet's a good movie. It's a great movie. But it definitely has its sluggish moments and kind of slower moments, and that doesn't really make it bad. It's just the honest fact about that movie. It has some slower pace to it. And so I kind of was like, is this movie going to be like that? Am I going to have some sluggish moments to it? I was kind of tired when I went to go watch it. But no, to my surprise, I was never bored throughout this movie. I think my problem with this movie is it's just not a movie that I understand like at all. Because the basic concept of of this movie is two people that have clearly an abusive cycle going on in their lives, trauma bond together, and they get into like a love story romance movie, and it's sick and it's kind of twisted. And I understood that the movie was like not trying to romanticize it per se, but also was at the same time, so it kind of made the whole thing feel kind of off to me and disjointed. And then the style of this movie, where like you have like more modern music in the movie, in like a movie that's set in the past. Movies can do that, make it work. I don't know if it fully worked in this movie. Like, I didn't really get the approach of what this movie was going for. Also, this is a director that clearly likes to get into like more political ideas, and the story and the subject matter that she's touching upon felt like she could get into some deeper political ideas and things within this movie, and maybe you could read into some of that in the movie, but it never felt like it went far enough to really do that. And I think that is not necessarily a negative, but it is like something that threw me off a little bit because I almost felt like this movie was on the verge of saying things and then it really wasn't. It's just kind of a movie that I think there was a crowd of people that really liked this movie, but I just did not get it for me. Maybe if I rewatched it, and honestly, this movie's so entertaining that I would be open to rewatching it. And the performances are really strong and all that stuff, and costume design is great, and cinematography is really good too. Like, it just would be a movie I was interested in checking out again, but it also felt so off that I'm like, part of me was like, do I want to check that out again? I don't know. But this is a movie that I've seen getting mixed reviews, and now that I've seen it, I totally get it. Because this is a movie that there's a crowd of people who will go to this movie, eat this shit up, absolutely love it, and there's a crowd who will go to this movie and not get what the fuck they saw. And I'm in the middle. I appreciate a lot about it, but I also didn't fully get it either. So curious what other people are thinking about this movie. Let me know in the comments.